Just this year, Activision Blizzard, maker of popular games such as Overwatch and World of Warcraft, had been accused of unlawfully treating many of its female employees by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing. Many women employees spoke up about their terrible experiences in the workplace. Some examples were women being given lower compensation for their work compared to their male counterparts, male supervisors refusing to listen to them unless their message was relayed through fellow male employees, and many other forms of discriminatory conduct. And Blizzard isn't the only video game company where women in the workplace have spoken up about their toxic office environment. Ubisoft, the company responsible for games like Rainbow Six Siege and the Assassin's Creed series, had its top executives leave their positions after allegations of sexual harassment at work. Even the company Riot Games, creator of League of Legends and Valorant, fell into this disappointing category too, with the business agreeing to settle a class action lawsuit of $10 million that concerned claims of gender discrimination towards its female employees. So yeah, I think sexism in the video game industry is still pretty prevalent to this day. However, it doesn't stop in the workplace. Women face discrimination online as well. Twitch streamer and Valorant player Quarter Jade deals with this harassment all the time when streaming live. Her tweet says, "I've been talking on stream lately about how there's some particular difficulties that come with being a gamer girl," and then she proceeds to show a short clip of her experience. The clip shows a toxic player on her team attempting to insult her by saying, "You'd think you'd have to be hotter to have this many followers." It's little comments like this that female gamers face when playing video games, and it takes a toll on them. One of North America's best Apex Legends players, Lulu Lovely, posts a tweet about men commenting on her appearance while she streams. The Twitch streamer's tweet is a meme she created criticizing men's inappropriate sexualization of her body, despite her trying to cover up. As you can see, it's not just about skill when it comes to women. There's this constant societal expectation that pressures female streamers to look pretty in order to get views. The reason I love watching streamers like Quarter Jade and Lulu Lovely isn't because of their looks, but because they can play the games they play. Quarter Jade's rank in Valorant is Immortal, which is the second highest ranking a player can get in that game. That categorizes her in the top 1.2% of the entire player base. And Lulu Lovely, though she hasn't been playing Apex as much lately, once placed Predator in her respective game, which constitutes as the highest rank in Apex Legends. This categorized her in the top 0.45% of the entire player base. In other words, she's really freaking good. Okay, so we get it. Despite there being amazing girl players in the world, sexism is still very much a thing. But why is that? Since the early 1970s, when arcade games really started to become popular, video games have been long associated with masculine norms. This played a big role in keeping women from breaking into the hobby. Moreover, the earliest representations of women in video games were extremely sexist. Video game promos and ads consisted of images constantly sexualizing women. This persistent theme of objectifying women and perceiving them as prized possessions continued throughout video game history. According to a study done in 2009, playing video games portraying sexualized women promoted men's likelihood to endorse gender stereotypes, increase hostile sexism, and increase men's acceptance of sexual harassment. Now that we know how this toxic community in gaming came to be, how are we combating sexism today? Big streamers in the Twitch and gaming community, such as Zebra and Violet Lex, fight to represent female Apex players within the industry. Violet Lex says, "I definitely want to stand up for what's right. I want to be that positive voice for community members who deal with homophobia, racism, sexism, or whatever else." And she's not the only one switching things up. According to Lenovo's Global Gaming and Esports Marketing Manager, women make up half of the content creators and streamers within the Apex community on Twitch. In 2020, 70 members within the esports industry, mainly comprising of women, came forward with allegations of gender-based discrimination, harassment, and sexual assault. This led to many women streamers within the gaming community to speak up about their experiences as well. This year's 2022 Overwatch League, one of the biggest esports tournaments in the world, is being hosted by So, a female esports caster and player who has been a part of the industry for 15 years now. This is a huge step for esports because now we have more women representation in these big tournaments. So in terms of progress, we're heading in the right direction. However, we still have plenty of work to do. But my goal as a fellow gamer myself is to make sure that the last thing anyone has to worry about is getting discriminated against while playing their favorite online games.